Ladies and gentlemen, Barry C here with another cryptocurrency video, and XRP is set to skyrocket. I still firmly believe in my new timeline I put out a couple of videos ago. I'm still looking at end of March heading into April, and the alt season lasting April, May, and possibly June. I could see it being delayed and lasting a bit longer. And I think we're going to see a really interesting alt season. I think that XRP is absolutely going to lead the way again, like it did in November of 2024. I think XRP is absolutely going to skyrocket. I think HBAR and a bunch of the other ISO 20022 tokens will follow suit. And I think that we're going to see parabolic prices for a lot of really interesting projects. In particular, I think XRP is going to skyrocket to really exciting new all-time highs. I think we will see a double-digit XRP quite easily this alt season. And ladies and gents, that's why it's been so important when we have these kind of dips in the market to work on building and growing and being in the best position possible. So when the market does start moving, we're in the best position to take profits. And that's the thing, ladies and gents, with this alt season, with any alt season, we are going to see prices that far exceed any expectation. Because that's what alt seasons essentially became famous for. That's what put alt seasons on the map, is people were seeing these prices that didn't make any type of logical sense. It was that way in 2017, heading into 2018. It was that way in 2020, heading into 2021. And it's already been that way in 2024. We saw people time and time again say XRP was dead. XRP was going nowhere. And we've seen a lot of these narratives around crypto in general, where people say, well, a crypto or whatever crypto may be can't hit a certain price point, and then they put these parameters on what crypto could potentially do. And we've seen in every alt season that be proven wrong. We've seen prices every alt season that far exceed any type of logic, any type of common sense, any type of theoretical price prediction that the brain can comprehend. And that's why alt seasons were put on the map. That's why everyone wants an alt season, because of that extreme volatility. And that's why people get into crypto. People didn't get into crypto to hold for 3.5 years of a bear market, then to watch their crypto do maybe a 0.5% return on their investment. People want that crazy, euphoric, parabolic price points that we see in the alt seasons. And if you go back and look at XRP from 2017 until now, you'll not only see that there's been a bull run and an alt season every bull run cycle and every 4-year cycle, but within that bull run and alt season, XRP performs extremely well. In 2017 to 2018, XRP went from less than 1 cent to over $3 a coin. In 2020 to 2021, XRP went from 19 cents to over $1.65, $1.80. From 2024, we've already seen XRP go from 30 cents to over $2.60, $2.70 in the space of a month. And we started 2025 by XRP hitting $3. Now, I've seen some people in the comments go, well, that's not really parabolic. Parabolic is subjective because it depends on how much XRP you hold. Now, if you've been accumulating for quite some time and most of your buys for XRP were below 10 cents, then when you hit $3, that's life-changing. That's incredible. Now, I want to say something that I know a lot of people don't want to hear, but look, let's just be really realistic about this and have a common sense approach, because that's the best way you're going to find success in crypto. And the reality is that if you have a smaller XRP bag, then maybe this isn't the alt season for you. Because a lot of people, even now I'm seeing these posts where people are talking about XRP going to $100,000. Now, I don't believe that's possible right now. I don't even think that's possible in 5 years. But you see people banking on this fact going, well, I have a smaller XRP bag, but it doesn't matter because it's going to go to $100,000 soon. And look, let's go crazy. Let's go a little bit nuts. I would love to wake up to see XRP at over $100,000 a coin. But I also haven't based my plans around waiting for the $100,000 XRP. I've always said, have a conservative plan, have a crazy plan. There's nothing wrong with sitting down with a calculator and going, okay, if XRP goes to $100,000, how many islands and tattoos can I buy myself? How much expensive caviar and whiskey can I buy? That is a fun exercise to do. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I'd love to hear in the comment section, if XRP goes to $100,000, what would you buy yourself? How would you treat yourself? What would you treat your family to? That's a very fun exercise to do. Not financial advice, of course, but a bit of daydreaming. But look, you know, when I sit down and I've initially started accumulating XRP, you know, I realized it was the number one crypto in finance. I knew that it had the potential over any other crypto to see both alt seasons and a utility run. That one day banks and financial institutions will utilize XRP, but it could take some time. So I knew I had to base my accumulation strategy on XRP going from, you know, 10 cents to $1, 30 cents to $2, 50 cents to $3, $5, $10, $20. So I was building and growing based on the conservative. But then if we get crazy prices, I'm in a better position because I've built a bigger bag. And that's one of the things I see people making mistakes over and over again. We saw this a lot in 2020, before the bull run kicked off, because we had all the XRP buyback scheme kind of FUD and shenanigans, where people were posting this concept of the government willing to spend $35,000 per XRP because they needed to buy back the XRP so banks could use it. And people were like, wow, $35,000 per XRP? And people were taking out loans and mortgages and putting themselves in extreme debt because they assumed that by 2020 into 2021, there was going to be, or even before 2020, there'd be this massive buyback because they didn't want people getting into an alt season and seeing XRP skyrocket and holding these big bags of XRP. Like, this was the narrative being pushed. And I very much stayed away from all that because I'm like, that's not how crypto works. Like, you're not going to see the government come in and buy back all this XRP, paying $35,000 for an asset that hadn't even exceeded its all-time high back then. But a lot of people bought into it. And a lot of people pushed that narrative, and a lot of people got hurt, and they were in really precarious situations once we got to the other end of the bull run, especially with the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. Not only were the government not coming in to buy back XRP, but you had top-tier exchanges and you have a governmental body, the SEC, now investigating Ripple and investigating XRP. And that's a really scary situation to find yourself in, especially after over-leveraging yourself. And that's why I think it's really important to go back and look at where the market is, look at where it can go, look at how XRP has already performed and look how it has the potential to keep performing well, and to give yourself numerous options along the way. And also, don't get disheartened. Like, if you don't have the biggest XRP bag, that's fine. It takes time. It takes time to build and grow and accumulate and to make mistakes and learn. And that's why I make this content every day. A lot of people kind of get, they go, oh, Barry C, you keep saying this and that, and it's the same narrative. And my response is really simple. If people stop making the same mistakes, I don't have to make the same content. And I'm putting this out there, not as financial advice, but giving you the perspective of someone who's been in crypto since 2016, who's seen XRP come onto the scene and be worth less than 1 cent, and seeing the FUD straight away. There has always been a reason not to buy XRP. And there's always been people engagement farming every step of the way, building these massive audiences by putting out these crazy price predictions. And all it does is just hurt the retail everyday investor who's trying to figure out crypto in general. And then also trying to figure out, it's a difficult thing to see something as amazing as XRP. It's the number one crypto in finance. And if you're also trying to come to terms with what crypto is and what a digital asset is and trying to navigate the space, but then you also from a gut level know how great XRP is, then you have to navigate the FUD or the overhyping. That's what I found in 2017. My gut was telling me one thing, but the market makers or the experts, and I say this with intense sarcasm, the market makers and the experts and the content creators, they said the complete opposite. And so I didn't have the education level back then or the knowledge to not just trust my gut, but to make the sort of educated decision, calculated decision to take a chance on XRP. And that is a very difficult thing to come to terms with when you realize the mistake you've made. And like I said, ladies and gents, I've made mistakes over and over again. I've had to learn the hard way many, many times. And that's why, you don't see me putting out a lot of the same content that other content creators make, because I don't see the value in it. And that's not throwing shade at anyone else. It's just me going, this is why I do what I do. This is why I make the daily videos talking about where I think the market's going, why I think XRP is the number one crypto that exists and the number one crypto in finance, and just sharing with you my perspective. And that's why, I made a video recently about shifting my time frame to where I think the alt season can happen and how long I think it will last for. That I think XRP isn't done, that it has room to grow, that I don't think it's going to do the $100,000 per XRP that people are starting to talk about as of today for some reason, or yesterday. I think that we have to have conservative plans, because if we build our bags and we make strategies around the conservative price points, then if we see any crazy price action, we're in the best position possible. And that's what we want to do. That's something that I focus on. And that's what I think, once again, not financial advice, but anyone in the crypto space, I think you should be focusing on building the best bags that you can with the resources that you have, putting yourself in the best position possible. So when the market does start moving, you can actually take advantage of it. And look, like I said, this alt season may not be the perfect alt season for people this time around. It might be a case of carrying your bags over into the next alt season, or maybe waiting until you see a utility run. There are numerous options and there are numerous strategies, and people are going to pick and choose what works for them. So it's important to understand that it's not just a case of going, well, I saw one person say this and therefore that's my only strategy. You have to build and grow, and you have to strategize with what works for you. And I would also say that there's a reason why, number one, you got into crypto in the first place, and number two, there's a reason why XRP stood out to each and every one of us from all the other cryptos that exist. And that's something that I always focus on every day. I look at the amount of cryptos that existed in 2017, I look at the amount of cryptos that have existed over the years, and also where we are now. And I look at XRP, I look at what it can do, I look at what it's designed to do, I look at what its future potential is, and it still stands out to me as the number one crypto in finance. And so for me, I don't really get shaken out. Back in the day when I first started, you get shaken and scared and frustrated, and you have holders fatigue and you second guess your decisions. Especially back then, because there was no real crypto community. There were, crypto newsletters, there were a couple of little groups that you had to pay to get access to, but there weren't really what we see nowadays. There wasn't as much information. And so you're kind of going at it alone. And you had to make decisions, and you had to trust yourself, trust your gut, and then try and educate yourself the best as you could. And then as the years go by, you start understanding how crypto moves, how the market moves, and you start realizing that even though there's something very special with XRP, there's always going to be the negative narratives. There's always going to be the FUD. And that brings you back to my initial point, which is we're so close to XRP skyrocketing. We're so close. You just have to stubbornly ignore the FUD, ignore the negativity. Don't get suckered in by these crazy price points you're seeing now. Don't make assumptions that we're going to see 100,000 XRP by, June. Just, once again, not financial advice. For me, I'm just focusing on, okay, have I built my bags where I want them to be? Yes, great. Do I have my take profit strategies in place? Yes, great. Is there potential for XRP to far exceed the price points that I'm working off as my sort of foundation? Absolutely. if these price points do skyrocket, if we see it exceed $20 and start going towards $50, $100, are you in the best position possible? Absolutely. And I've used all my downtime from the bear market heading into October, November of 2024. And I've used this little mini bear market February heading into March. I've used this time to go over my plans, check my strategy, make sure that I'm happy with my take profit price points. I'm happy with the percentages on my XRP bags I'm willing to sell to take those profits. And I'm also happy with the percentage of my XRP bags I'm holding on to, so I can roll those into the next bull run. I can hang on to those until we see a utility run. As I said, I've put myself in the best position possible to take full advantage of any price movement when it comes to XRP. And as I said at the start of the video, I think that time is very, very close. And I hope everybody, despite how frustrating it is, that you've held on, that you're persevering, that you're showing the fortitude that's going to pay off in the months to come. I think we have very exciting times ahead of us. I think XRP is going to perform exceedingly well. And like I said, ladies and gents, not financial advice, just a perspective of someone who's seen 2 bull runs and 2 alt seasons already. And I'm sure each and every one of you feel the same way, but I'm ready for the 3rd alt season to kick in very, very soon. Now, ladies and gents, if you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you're curious about the other cryptos I hold outside of XRP, consider becoming a Patreon. Click the link in the description below, head across to my Patreon page, and consider becoming a Barry C VIP. There you'll have access to all my cryptos I hold, as well as my buy, sell, and take profit signals in real time.